Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Elite the Best Randomizer League Season 2. We're already in progress here, as you can see. Little bit of an IED issue in the back. We'll get Alex's speed up shortly. A Mystik issue is already running. How's it going, though, folks? I am WolfLink0370, and joining me on the mic is Sari. How's it going?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. So we've already have some bombs here. We got some money. I did not see what we got from Uncle.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. So it's, well, again, we still have to work out our technical issues. As we said, we are trying to fix Alexhax stream. We'll be right on shortly. Anywho, so this is an ambrosia seed. I will just link it up to chat right now. Hold on for a second.
Yeah, so the ambrosia seed.
So yeah, it's a it starts off with standard, but you have the assured sword. Uncle will tell you where the boots are, which I did see. That was like world, and then all dungeon bosses they will have items. So say like Eastern Palace, which has 3 items normally, one of them will definitely be on Armo.
Yeah.
And just I have Alexhax's stream on the back end, and it doesn't look like either he or Mystik got anything in the first part.
Doesn't look like that to me either. There's the small key there. Still, we got some bombs, and of course, we have the assured sword that comes with the ambrosia settings here. Other things to know, like you said, bosses have a guaranteed item. They cannot have a map, compass, or key, small or large. All the notifications that we saw the boots were in Light World somewhere, so early boots is gonna be nice, unless they're up on the mountain. But actually, no, they can't be on the mountain because it will say Death Mountain.
And it's necessary to get one of those bombs because, well, you want to get these 3 items as soon as possible, which includes the Book of Medora.
Yeah, that's a good item to have. It opens up desert. Well, at least for a look around.
Yeah, it really doesn't open up too much right now, but it is a little helpful for later on.
And there's 10 arrows, so we did find the map as well, of course. I love Mystic Sprite, by the way. It's the check. Alright, so we did miss the map check here. It looks like we got Eastern with a green pendant.
Vanilla green pendant Eastern. Who'd have thunk? Oh, so I'm assuming the Cuckoo Sprite's bunny form is gonna be the Dark World chicken.
It would make sense, yes. Alright. Hearts from the Hoarder Crab. And only 20 rupees on Lumberjack.
And just mentioning that Alex does not have that info, but it's not going to hurt him too much.
And yeah, we saw from that menu, the menu was barren, so there was nothing in Escape other than this book. And considering Mystik is menued over to it, we're going to get Pet Check. Most likely.
Oh, he's right there. Yeah, this is a very calculated play, actually, now that I think about it. Since he went to Lumberjack, Lumberjack is not a very popular play.
So, of course, this is winding down the Ambrosia Seeds this weekend. And then next week, we're going to be having Randomizer. And it looks like Alex has found the Ice Rod. Pet is dead, unfortunately. So I think Ice Run may be just in the hideout here. We'll see in a moment.
He actually found Ice Rod, Cape, and Master Sword, from what I saw.
Our tracker, Dark Diddlement, doing some work behind the scenes here, keeping an eye on Alex's feed for us. Thank you for that.
And yeah, just to update. Pedestal, yep, dead. Istal, it's just 10 arrows. Nobody's gonna go for that. So yeah, all the thieves, looks like the thieves stole everything, not anything else. So they actually did their job for a change. And we did just, well, on our end, we did just see red meringue on the bottle vendor on Alex's side. And there you can see the Ice Rod, Cape, and Master Sword found on Mystik side.
Alright, so it looks like Alex went straight to Kakariko then, that's the case.
I'm assuming that was a button misclick because he pulled out that bomb.
Maybe.
And on Alex's end, he didn't find much else after. Oh, there. Now we got his stream up. Just gotta
There we go.
size everything and all that jazz.
And we had a chicken clip a chicken into a wall. How fitting.
Chicken clip a chicken. That's interesting. And I missed that map check.
I did too. Our Eagle Eye viewers, though, will catch us up to speed. Actually, we can see it here on Alex's feed here. It looks like we have both 5-6 crystals in the light world.
Okay, I don't think I've ever seen all special pendant and crystals in the light world ever. I'm never seen that before. Oh, was that a flute on the library?
It looks like it was, yes. It looks like Alex is at the dam right now. We'll get a better idea of what we are seeing here once we see Darkhold map check from Mystik, I think. Or Alex when we get to that point.
Okay, along the way, it looks like they picked up the bow. Was that in the well?
It had to have been. It was definitely Kakariko, wherever it was. As was the Red Boomerang and the Flippers.
Well, I know the red meringue was the bottle vendor, but I didn't see the rest.
So, a little bit of preview here, folks. Of course, we have Reheated Leftovers, who are currently 2-1 in the league, sitting at 6 points. And of course, Alexhax is representing Team Major Mistakes, who is currently 1-2 in the league, having won one game at 3 points. This is their second game this week, and we'll be moving on to Randomizer next week. So that should be a good thing to see regardless. And there we go. We got everything all sorted out here. We can now see both feeds.
Full heart under the dam. Let's see what's Ice Rod. What Ice Rod Cave has up for us.
Yeah. It looks like we also have Zora money too, so Zora is on the table. And there's the hammer! Oh boy. There we go. Aga's dead. Oh, actually no, maybe not.
Yeah, they still need a glove or two, and mainly the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, so if Aga is required, it's either because we have both gloves in Dark World, or Moon Pearl and Pyramid. Or it could be both, but that's the only conditions. It's something in the Dark World that we need in order to access the Dark World otherwise.
And Hylia Island just has 10 arrows. Let's see what our band under the bridge carrying for us. To answer your question, chat, the boots are in Light World, somewhere in Light World.
Yeah. Ambrosia is kind enough to give us a hint from Uncle, and there are the boots right there now. How conveniently timed.
Very greatly timed.
I like having a nice early boot see for Ambrosia.
Not like the very first seed of Ambrosia, which I helped track. That took forever to find, and it was actually necessary.
But yeah, other things you need to know about Ambrosia, folks, that we may or may not have covered already. It is defeat Ganon as the goal, as you can see up there on the screen. It is a 7/7 crystal requirement, and we're basically using the good old-fashioned, or at least new current sort of inventory sorting, in which small keys can lock themselves in treasure chests, what we call 100% inventory. That is a standard for most of the weeks in the tournament, actually. The one time that it may become 100% locations, which would imply that small keys cannot lock themselves, is during the Mystery Week, which is the week after next.
Okay, I'm trying to have this image of a chicken wearing boots. It's not really working out for me right now. Or at least wearing a human's boots, not like, say, something from DuckTales and like Launchpad and Quack's boot.
I was thinking Banjo-Kazooie wearing the galoshes, actually. Because that's the next best thing I can think of.
So Alex getting those boots is gonna check Bog Rocks immediately. For nothing, unfortunately. But he's gonna check Lumberjack, but since he probably also saw that flute on the library, he's gonna go check that out.
I mean, Flute gives us access to Death Mountain.
Which is only 2 checks, unfortunately, since they don't have much else to get. Sorry, I'm just laughing because I saw that Lumberjack quote and I was just like, oh god.
Yeah, and the other one does say the other half of the quote. I actually know that. So to clear one more thing up for anyone who may be seeing Ambrosia for the first time here, when we say that a boss has a guaranteed item, it is not a +1 to the item pool. It is one of the 3. Let's use Eastern for example. It has 3 items that are available and 3 dungeon items. The 3 dungeon items, the map, the compass, and the big key, cannot appear on the boss. Big key for obvious reasons. But one of the 3 items that could be on the boss in the dungeon is guaranteed to be there. So you will not find the map and the compass there. And Flute coming online now for Alex.
Meanwhile, Mystik took a alternative route to Eastern. He was taking it from Sanctuary. That was kind of weird. But this does make sense as he just got the...
That's a good find. That's a really good find. That is a mirror. And yeah, Desert's a 5/6. I just saw it on the map.
And that makes that Death Mountain play a lot more appealing, since that mirror is one of those items that they need to get the rest of the checks.
Yeah, Eastside Death Mountain is open now, as is Hera. What's not open, though, is the Lamolas. So we can't even check the Pyramid Parry. Not that we would want to right now, because we can't even get to Dark World.
Yep, they need both the gloves and the fire source to get to Lanmo. And despite Eastern being a pendant, I'm fully expecting a full clear since they have the bow and it's a green pendant.
Yeah. Fire or torch logic might come into play here, but that's about it. And it's a moot point regardless. We know we need the lamp at some point. Even with the recent version 31 changes to the fire rod being allowed in logic for torches, there's still too many dungeons that require the lamp because no such torches exist in the dark rooms.
Case in point being Mire, which is the most infamous and probably the hardest dark rooms in the game.
In terms of main dungeons, yes. In terms of overall, Aga's reigns supreme as the toughest dark rooms.
Mind you, the Mire rooms don't have torches compared to the Aga Tower rooms. Well, most of them anyway.
That is also true. Anyway, we did find a bottle here in Eastern. That is another item later for Sick Kid.
And it might incentivize Mystik to go back to Library to get that flute.
And we have a vanilla boss key as well, so this dungeon is technically lamp locked.
Hopefully not something as stupid as, oh, I have to take that bottle of Sick Kid to get my lamp.
Well, there's 4 bottles, so while it could be possible that's the bottle we need to trigger Sick Kid, could be another one on the mountain. Nice use the cape, avoiding the level trap's damage entirely.
Yeah, why do the damage boost when you have a safety like that? Then again, the 6 hearts Armos isn't really that terrible.
No, what's terrible is the Icor and his guardian in... I believe the name of the enemy is called Popo?
Yes, I believe that's the name as well, but...
It's been a while. I'm gonna have to relearn my enemy names for Randomizer.
Right, is that gonna be a full Randomizer with bosses randomized as well, or is it just the main enemies?
Bosses will be shuffled in the full setting, which means there will be guaranteed 2 bosses that will show up twice. Or no, 3 bosses that'll show up twice. My mistake. And it will be completely random which ones they be. So we might have 2 Trinexes. We might have 2... Well, we'll have 2 Trinexes for sure, but we won't have, like, 4 Trinexes or something like that.
For a maximum of, like, what? Well, if we had the Chaos Shuffle, it'd be like a maximum of 8 Trinex, I think, because 2 of them, you can't have them in 2 of the boss rooms.
I believe that's the case, yes. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, beautiful Armos fight. You're being rewarded with the Ether Medallion.
Ooh, that's interesting. It's a moot point, but that would have been interesting if it was going to be the Mire or Turtle Rock access, which meant that pendant dungeon was required.
I mean, for all we know, Mire and Turtle Rock are both pendants. It is possible that the 2 medallion dungeons are the other 2 pendants. We don't know yet. And Sahasla gives us a shield. I don't think I need to say anything more than that. I just saw the chicken facing forward with the shield. It's so dumb.
I just saw that too.
Oh my goodness, this fight is one of the best. Yes. It's one of my new favorites.
No, I just...
Full disclosure, I've never seen the chicken sprite in action. It's pretty good. Oh, Mystik getting their flute now.
No, I'm just wondering how ridiculous it's gonna look with the mirror shield.
You probably wouldn't even see it wobbling back and forth. But yeah, with the Randomizer coming up next week, it'll also be full enemy shuffle as well. Default damages though, so everything will still die the same way. Because I know that is an Randomizer feature to shuffle how much damage they can deal and how much damage they can take. But we'll be leaving that on default all settings.
Yeah, just good because while random damage would be great for the viewers, not so much for the runners.
Yeah, and it would greatly lengthen the race, I think, in some cases.
Yeah, by way too much.
There's the Moon Pearl. Book of Endora required.
That is a
And there's the
nice...
glove. Sorry,
Okay.
didn't mean to cut you out there. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say that was a nice find, but they both found something, and they're both gonna get it.
And Agina only has 20 rupees today. So, wow, I'm just now noticing here. The RI tracker, look how lit up it is. And we're not even 30 minutes into the seed.
We haven't even gone to Dark World yet. Weird.
Yeah, very front-loaded Light World this seed. Dark World, Skullwoods, Turtle Rock are our other 2 pendants. We will need a medallion. So the Ether Medallion may be the answer. But what we won't need is the rods, potentially. Well, actually, I say that, but we'd have to find Bombos if we need to get into Ice Palace. So, not just yet. We might need the Fire Rod for Ice Palace.
Which pretty much be the more preferred fire source in this case for Ice Palace. I mean, Bombos is good, but it's time consuming and not as overall useful.
Bombos is a little bit more magic efficient, though. I will say that much about it. There's the one item that is available to Mystik right now, and it is the Tempered Sword. Good find.
And I believe Desert was technically boost lock, because I'm assuming Big Key was gonna be on the charge coming right up.
Yeah, although it's a moot point because... Well, actually, no, it's not exactly a moot point, but... Yeah, the other item is on Lamola's regardless, so... When we don't currently have access to the Lamola's fight.
Okay, I don't think Alex liked that finding the small key in that chest.
Likes that find, though, that's the Cane of Samaria. What is with the Light World?
Wow, are we gonna... is this gonna be a jet seed? Are we gonna just need to find one item in Dark World? This is interesting. Of course,
Yeah.
of course I might be cursing us by saying that right now.
I wouldn't doubt you. Because right now, as it stands, depending on the medallion from Misery Mire, we just need the hook shot, nut, the other glove, and a way to melt freeze orbs in Ice Palace, and we're in go mode. Or rather, no mode, at least. As we are now.
Okay, did Alex just land on a beetle? Because he just took a death from that fall. What the heck? Or did he get hit by sorry, Moldor when he was falling?
He landed on a beetle? Wow, that is unlucky. It had to have been a very specific position to fall and land on a beetle. Because the spawn points are fixed as soon as you jump, and they don't start moving until you land.
Okay, I think we're gonna need a clip of that, because I've never heard of that before.
Neither have I. There's Mystik's knowledge of the gloves, and that will be Dark World access for Mystik and Team Reheated Leftovers. And yeah, I agree. I need a clip of that. I need to see that again. Or I need to catch that, because that is certainly a rare occurrence here in the randomizer. What are the odds you fall from this platform and land on a beetle? I don't think it's that good of odds.
And Alex just did a little open heart surgery on the Moldorm, if that heart piece was any indication. But that is his first crystal of the match. Yeah, the very first crystal of the match. Like, I've seen another weird Moldorm farm where it was in the middle one, but somebody hit the bumper, and he fell into the middle anyway, so...
We see that floating island is only 20 rupees. All right.
And it didn't look like Spiral Cave had anything worth.
Well, let's see if Paradise Cave has anything to say about it. And it looks like we found the silver arrows. On Alex's end, I missed which chest it was.
Oh.
Oh, it was in Spiral!
Yeah, I'm eating. Well, like not eating chicken, more like crow. But yeah, I'm gonna eat my words on that one.
And there's Alex's information about Dark World access right there. So both runners will have access to Dark World. Both runners will be on Tempered Sword as well. And have a fairly respectable health total as well, with 7 hearts. No male upgrade, though.
And a much easier Moldorm fight on Mystic side with that Tempered Sword. I see our tracker Dark Diplomat is of the Armors for Wimps crowd.
Well, I can understand it, but at the same time, right now, a contact damage from Ganon would be lethal at this stage. With the health they have right now. That's what I think a bite from a chain chomp. So, I would be in terms of item efficiency, in terms of getting a low item count, I would like that armor over finding more heart containers. And only just the blue mail, really, is all I would care about.
Okay, there were those silvers that we both missed. Whoops.
Whoops. I think we're both a bit derailed after the rocky start we had.
Yeah, that we got hacked. Oh wait, I shouldn't be saying that.
More like thrown off. Alright. Nothing much in the bottom of Paradox here. Let's see what's in the bottom of Paradox. Yeah, Paradox is kind of weird. Wow!
Well, that's one way to use one of those bombs you just get.
That was 9 bombs in 3 chests. Oh, that's a bad luck there, considering there's, what, only 9 in the pool? Alright, I think it's time to see we're still going to start seeing some Dark World. And both runners are taking different entry points this time around.
Yep,
Mystik gonna... Yeah, sorry. I think you were going to say Mystik's heading to Hype Cave. Yes?
Yeah.
I was going to say that, but I started with Alex, who's heading into Village of Outcasts.
So, in our cave of questionable hype, we got from the thief himself 50 rupees.
Alongside 50 more rupees. Blue Mail, the Quake Medallion, and 20 rupees. Mail's kind of okay. The Quake Medallion, though, that could be required. We don't know yet. We need to get the other glove so we can check Meyer's medallion.
Oh, look, the cocoa turned shiny.
It's almost... I want to say that's Kojiro now.
You mean that special cuckoo in the in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. I believe Kojiro is a deep blue instead of a pale blue like this blue male sprite is.
Yeah, it's the same. I think it was like the same blue that of Kiki's outfit. Now that I think about it.
And we're seeing his thieves down here. We did see a small key, and we know the big key is in the front. I wasn't paying attention to items here, so we could have up to 2 items in the back. But having the hammer, gonna head and run on through, and we know one of them's gonna be on the boss.
Yeah, it looks like Pod wasn't bowl locked, which is a moot point since we have the silvers right now.
It is currently the lamp lock, though. But that's a moot point if you know your dark rooms. Second small key of 4 here in the front of Pod.
Which means it's what, roughly a 50-50. There's an item or a key in the big key chest.
Roughly, yeah. It is an item. There's another item. And we actually found 4 items in the front. Everything's in the back here in Thieves Town. All the non-dungeon items are in the back.
Alex has got to watch out for his health, only having half a heart at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
And me and my big mouth.
Did at least open the ceiling, though. So it doesn't have to do that again. But yeah, they called... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say he will have to turn on that switch again, though.
Yeah. They don't call the room before that the Hellway for a reason. For no reason, rather. If you get caught up in it, it can hurt quite a bit. Yeah, there's the other 2 small keys now for Mystik. So because of that, the dungeon, I believe, was in fact bow locked. Not initially, but later on. Because I want to say that either one of these... Yeah, it's a little confusing when it comes to key logic, really. But I think because we had 2 keys bow locked, the Harmless Hellway, the Dark Maze, and Helmasaur are all bow locked.
And that didn't look like a necessary item. That didn't show up. Looked like a dungeon item.
It would only have to have been the map, as we see the single error there on Alex's end. And we'll be saying goodbye to Mystik for a little bit here, as Mystik's going into the dark.
Well, Alex takes the maiden on a blind date.
I'm gonna be honest, surprised that's not a blind quote.
Yeah, something like, how'd you like the blind date, or something like that. Okay, there's something wrong here. Where the heck is Mystik's big key to pod?
In the maze. I think. Oh, no, wait, look! Has 2 small keys. So, the big key is in a Harmless Hellway.
Oops.
Which, in turn, means, as we find the fire rod in Sea House, that this dungeon is bow-locked. Completely. I think. Or at least the latter half of it is. That's just all but confirmation right there, because of how the keys were used.
And there's confirmation he did skip Harmless Hellway. And he's not too happy about that miscue. Really not too happy. I thought he was gonna throw a bomb at it.
No, I think Mystik was deliberating whether or not to go back or do the hammer yum, and I think that they're deciding to do the hammer yum. Was it 5 keys in the front, though? I don't remember, but I know there's a guaranteed 4 small keys in the front.
No, I think there was a key in the Dark U room.
Yeah, I just don't remember the 5th one, or the last one was. Bottle with a green potion in it, not bad to have. Meanwhile, checking the Smith Route's mirror checks. Finds the hook shot!
Okay, then we are just a medallion from Go mode. Oh wait, mitts and
No.
medallion.
It's mitts and then it's Go mode medallion pendant. Because if Meyer requires ether, we're just straight up in Go mode. Well, minus the lamp, but that's a moot point.
Yeah, considering that Mystic's just done one, like the 3rd hardest dark room in the game.
Yeah, I'd say Dark Maze is up there in the difficulty. It's definitely not one of the easier ones, but it's, I wouldn't say it's one of the hardest rooms either. Once you learn it.
Meanwhile, Alex is get the Bombos tablet out of the way. Probably gonna dip into Swamp straight afterward.
Makes sense to me.
Or maybe not, because he's going to Hype Cave first.
Yeah, that makes sense as well. So, Alex has the peace of mind to note that there's nothing in Turtle Rock this scene. Except for maybe the lamp. But that is, of course, assuming that the medallions for the dungeons are the same. And Bombos. Oh no, it's just the medallions. Never mind.
Yeah, the only thing that could scare Alex Bombos is in TR very deep.
Or ended up there and it's required to enter Misery Mire. And Bombos is not required in turn to open Turtle Rock.
Meanwhile, Mystik gets his 17 hammer strikes and a silver arrow. It's for a heart piece, but he does get the pod crystal.
Second crystal of the match for Mystik. Alex has already got his second crystal lit up over on Thieves Town. We just need to find those Titans missing. We were in a potential no mode.
Nice early big key find in swamp. Don't have to backtrack for that big chest.
We'll have to backtrack for left side if Alex chooses to do it. And at this point, it's a real difficult choice to make, honestly. I think considering you have one item left, if you see a dungeon item, if you're going straight to the boss, because I assume that's what Alex will do, you go left side. Just to make sure that one item you're not leaving behind is the item you're looking for, which is the Titan's Mitts right now. Because to get burned by leaving it behind, I think is not going to feel good, and it's going to eat up a lot of time looking elsewhere for it.
That's the gambos that these guys had to play, like Mystik deciding to save it quick after Pyramid Ledge, which some people usually end that off at Catfish, so I'm a little, just a tad bit surprised, but I understand it's a long check.
Well, with the mirror and the boots, I don't think Mystik has done the Bonk Rocks or King's Tomb yet. So it's probably going to line those up by doing Catfish at the end of that string of checks, along with Graveyard Ledge. Which feels a little bit cleaner and a little bit faster.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, did Alex check North Dark World? Because I don't remember seeing that from him.
I don't think he did, no. I think he went straight to Thieves Town and then went south. Alright, these two chests have a single rupee for us, and the map. So we know there is at least one item there on the right side. And I don't think Alex opened up the big chest either, now that I think about it. I think he went right past it, and there's the compass, so yeah. There is definitely two items on the left side. I would not leave those behind it at all.
And that item in big chest, so that's 3 items that he leave behind if he didn't do that left side check.
Yeah. That is way too many chances for my liking.
Of course, he could be bailed out by Argus, but that's not statistically possible.
It's probable, but the odds of it happening are very unlikely. What? Oh. I was like, that was a clear arrow shot. Why did he not die? I guess Alex poked him, and it overrode the damage of the arrow.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well, because I was just like, what's going on here?
Because if you haven't seen the randomizer before, Silver Arrows one-shot most bosses. The only one that survives is obviously Ganon, but also Vitreous has a little too much health to take one whole hit from a single arrow. And those things do 100 damage. And I think Vitreous has 128 HP, so doesn't kill Vitreous, but severely wounds him. The second one is most often fired in that regard, just to finish him off.
So basically, the first arrow is just eye strain, and the next arrow is eye pop.
I suppose. Third bottle in King's Tomb.
And
Which was
yes,
actually the first check of it.
And yes, chat, Alex has skipped the big chest a second time. And
Alex.
the third time.
Alex even menued! Sees the big key in his inventory. I don't think he's noticed the big key in his inventory both times. Unless he's getting it right now after he lowers the water. He comes back around.
Alex, please.
Alex.
I'm assuming there's gonna be a little bit bewilderment on his hands when he sees that he doesn't get a big key here.
If Alex completely ignores the chest and that's the Titan's mitts, and he leaves the dungeon, oh man, that's gonna suck.
I mean, it's been kind of a meme that the Titan's mitts and Spin and Swamp in V31.
There's the lamp, though! And he sees the big key. I think he noticed that he had the big key. Bit of a whoops there, but no big deal. We do have the lamp, though, which puts dark rooms in logic. And it'll give him an easier time navigating the dark maze of Pod and the like.
And just the rupee hoard in the big chest. Oh well. And I'm assuming a pod dip coming for. Nope, I guess not, unless he just actually went to that portal.
Actually, I like him mirroring here, because he'll flip the 5. Yeah, and then do a full Pod Ace to play from here. A little bit faster to flute than it is to walk. Or in this case, dash. Speaking of dashing, trying to dash through this Mafia fight.
Also trying to do a bug roast.
I mean... Mystik is playing as a chicken, and chickens, I think, eat bugs. Probably just wants it well done. Anyway, Moth had a heart piece. There's a pendant that, unfortunately, is not required, as we know. But with the bosses having guaranteed items, for all Mystik knew, that was the Titan's mitts. Gonna go back in and look around for the other item.
Yeah, Mystik still needs to check that, check for a hookshot in, say, Cape South of Grove. Oh, I guess the big key in the bottom chest there, unfortunately.
Also, I just now realized that Mystik has the fire shield now, my personal favorite shield. And it looks even more ridiculous on the chicken than the fighter shield did.
And ever so closer to see how ridiculous that mirror shirt's gonna look on it.
So... now the lamp's out of the equation here, so... Alex has a 1 in 3 shot, as we now know it, to having peace of mind. If Misery Mire is Bombos, and it is not Bombos for Turtle Rock, Alexhax may have to dip Turtle Rock, as well as Mystik for that matter, for potentially the Titan's Mitt. If it is the same medallion or Bombos is not required for Misery Mire, then both runners know that Turtle Rock can be completely avoided. It is a Titan's Mitts for Go mode.
I think you mean Bombos, not Titan Smith.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, what I'm saying... I think I confused myself there. The only thing that could require them to go into Turtle Rock is Bombos required for Misery Mire and Bombos being in Turtle Rock. If that is not the case, if Misery Mire requires Quake or Ether, then these runners know they can go mode Ice Palace, and more importantly, they don't have to go into Turtle Rock. That's what I'm getting at. Might have worded that poorly. I'm sorry if I confused anyone.
It happens to the best of us. Plus, this seed has been fairly confusing as it is.
Reading that comment in chat that says I talk Pisces ahead. I wouldn't put it past you to be right about that. But yeah, until we get eyes on the medallions requirements for Missing Mire and Turtle Rock, this is either a Mitts for Go mode seed, which would feel really nice, or it's gonna be a Bombos hunt, which is at a potentially Bombos could be locked inside Turtle Rock. Ah, that's where the fire shield was. It was in the Dark Maze.
Meanwhile, it's an hour in, and these runners are just retracing their steps. I just posted the links in chat. Please follow our runners. They've been performing this excellent show for us to watch. Please also follow my co-commentator, WolfLink0370, and our tracker, Dark Diplomat. Don't follow me. I don't actually stream.
Where to next for our runners? Desert seems like the most sensible play for Alex. Mystik will most likely do Swamp after finding the hook shot.
Yeah, well, get the one item, get the crystal out of the way. If you're unsure about going to ice, well, we can't even get to ice, never mind.
Yeah.
But unsure where else to go.
Ice and Turtle Rock are both off the table until we find Titan's Mitts. Which is a good thing, because I think the first thing our runners are going to do is check Misery Mire and go with that instead. If it's open to them. Because if it's not Bombos for Misery Mire, we can go with Mire, we can go with Ice, and we can finish the seed from there.
Oh, chat also pointing out that actually both runners could have done this earlier. They could have done the Pyramid Fairy check. Oh wait, never mind. They still need to beat Desert first. Desert, then Pyramid Fairy, excuse me.
Yeah, and we only just now found the Fire Rod on Mystik's end with it being in Sea House.
To answer your question, chat, Spike Cave Block is just a glove.
Yeah, the only Mitts locked item locations are Dark Death Mountain, which includes Turtle Rock, Misery Mire, which includes the dungeon, also named Misery Mire, and Ice Palace. And if you don't have the mirror, that also includes Kingston. I'm just now noticing the shovel sprite's broken. The chicken.
What the heck is that supposed to be? A hand?
It's supposed to be the tip of the shovel being raised over Link's head, but this chicken doesn't animate the handle.
Oh, right.
And actually, here's something to note too. We are only potentially one item from Go Mode, but I'd like to point out something here. Other than Pedestal, look at our tracker. We don't have a single fetch quest item. We don't have the mushroom, we don't have the powder, we don't have the shovel. And we know the seed runs on 100% inventory, so they can't lock themselves. Only the keys can do that.
So, are we gonna see like shovel to powder to mushroom to mitts?
I don't think so, but I like the way you think at the same time. And we also haven't done the Smith chain yet either, although I should mention that is also a mitts lock check.
Which, unless it has bombos, that's pretty much not gonna be seen today.
Yeah. Also, the hammer pegs are also mitts locked. There's a few things that are mitts locked in the overworld, but not many. One, two, misses the third shot, gets a nice recovery though.
Still a one cycle, which is good, but only for bombs.
That is the other 5/6 crystal though. That could be important. So we know now, based on what we've seen from Alex's end, that if Mystik decides to skip left side swamp, it will be a worry in his head for a little bit, but we know it will pay out in the long run.
I just hope Mystik doesn't skip out on Big Chest the first time. Meanwhile, Alex does do the flute to 4, which means a Pyramid Fairy check.
I mean, even if Mystik does skip the big chest, which I don't think he will, we know it's nothing, so they'll be good to go. Alex attempting to do a damage boots so that can dash with the bomb without starting its timer. Doesn't quite get it, so I'm going to play it safe. Dead.
And to confirm, Mystik did check Big Chest this first time around, so we're not going to see that funniness. I mean, he already had enough issues with the pod big key as it is.
Neither runner has checked Catfish either, and while that is an available check, that could be our transmits as well. Pyramid Fairy, first look. 2 heart pieces. We're running out of locations where the Titan Smiths can be, and at this point, anything else that could be required for the seed are being locked behind them. Which, in this case, is only Bombos. So.
Answer your question, chat. They actually had enough money to do Zora. They've done it already, actually.
Yeah.
And of course, I believe it was a money scam last time I checked.
Yeah, it was only 20 rupees there.
You know, it actually is good that it's a mid-go mode, or potentially a mid-go mode, since that's like the most ideal go mode. A lot of the world is locked by mids.
Yeah, the question is, where is the myths? We're about to see Catfish now. Mystik has isolated this location. Actually, I think this isn't going to be the last location for Mystik. It's the 4th bottle. Now I'm trying to think, what locations do we have left? Was there an item in here that we missed? No, we found that.
Last place is Spike Cave. That's what Alex is looking for. And to answer your question, chat, King's Tomb was checked. There was nothing.
Well, it was something. It was
It was
the
a
4th. Yeah, it was the whole. It was the 3rd bottle as we knew it. So yeah, it's gonna be King's Tomb for the last location here, which is not that bad. We've had Cape since the start of the seed.
And Mystic found the Cave of Burna in the front of Skull.
Yeah, Bowrunner's having that now. Has to be a little quick. Almost out of magic. There's the Titan's Mitts. And if some race slashes inbound. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexhax is potentially in go mode right now. It all depends on Misery Meyer. And I believe that'll be Alex's first check.
So are we gonna get the 67% chance of go mode or the 33% chance of where the hell is this bombos mode?
Well phrased. It all comes down to the medallion requirement for Misery Meyer. It is Quake, ladies and gentlemen. Alexhax is officially in go mode.
At 1 hour and 11 minutes and 13 seconds.
And this is a really comfortable go mode, too.
Except he forgot he didn't have enough magic, had to pop the green goo.
Go mode Meyer. Go mode Ice. Don't have to touch Turtle Rock at all this seed. That is a rarity, mind you, in version 31.
Let's just hope for Alex's sake that the big key isn't in its vanilla location.
Well, even if it is, it's not that bad. That's obviously the worst case scenario for it to be. But Alex at this point knows that that's most likely a last location for his opponent as well. Or at least we'll assume as such. And so knows if this Misery Meyer is as long as it is, then that's the same time commitment as his opponent made. And that is probably the best item for Alex to find, the powder. Can't use it to bottle fairies without the net. However, that will give him fairies to heal off of. For a very sparse amount of magic, I might add. I'll take advantage of it right now. There we go. From 2 to full.
And considering how many times he's had low health this seed, that's a good thing he found that powder.
Indeed. So I know a little bit about the key logic here in Mystic. If we see a small key coming up here in the compass chest to the north, we know the big key is in the cutscene chest.
And verdict is, we're going to Vitreous.
Yeah, that's actually a good place for the big key too, because you just go up here, make a left turn, and you're in the room where you would normally be if you had the cutscene chest. Which
I find it ironic that's there, since you have to walk back eastbound to get the Cane of Samaria in the vanilla game.
that is ironic, yeah. Alex does not have Spooky set up. Meanwhile, Mystic does light up the Crystalline Desert. But a gold mode ice is going to feel really good here.
Indeed, one of the favorites for runners to go mode.
Mystic is maybe about 2 minutes behind, I'd say. Somewhere around there.
Something like that. Just thinking about the routing, I don't think either runner really did anything wrong this seed, per se.
No, I don't think they did anything wrong. It just ended up being a last location for their go mode, as we now know it. And the seed was fairly front-loaded as is, so there was a lot of stuff to check.
Like, the only thing I could fault was Mystik not going to Catfish after Pyramid Ledge the first time around, but it's not really that big of a deal, I guess. Well, only in hindsight.
I mean, some people avoid Catfish like the plague, and I can understand why. It's a very out-of-the-way location. But considering you only have 1-ups left and you're already in the area, I'd make the jump. Tossing the fountain. Wow, that's very generous to have open for both our runners. Tossing a bottle into the Pyramid Fairy Fountain refills your bottle with a blue potion.
We didn't see what the other fairy filled the bottle with, did we?
We did not, but that one in particular is good if you, in case you fall again and are low in magic as a result. Because you can just top off right there instead of fluting it to buying the potion, which plays a whole little animation. This one you just go over to the Pyramid Fairy, which is just a few steps away, and toss your bottles in. Saves you a couple mirror transitions, saves you some walking and the like. There's the 4th bottle now for Mystik. I think Mystik knows without a doubt that it is in fact on Spike Cave now.
Which is kind of annoying since they both pretty much full cleared the light side, dark world, and now they have to get this one last item.
Yeah. Anyway, Alex is just blazing through this ice palace. No pun intended. No checks need to be done here. Can just skip straight to the boss.
And that's 1 hour, 19 minutes, 21 seconds. Mystik is in go mode and not too happy about the gloves either.
And at 1 minute, 22 minutes, 30 seconds, Alex drops into I almost said Vitreous. The Cold Stare fight. Let's see here. Gets a spin. Corner trap. Icicle makes it fail. Only a couple more slashes though. Needs to be a little bit careful. There we go. And ladies and gentlemen, that is crystal number 7 here. And you know what that means? We have a game we like to play. We have 22 chests in the basements of Ganon's tower that has a big key. Or could have the big key. But only one of them will actually be the big key. Give us a number in chat. Tell us where you think the big key will be today. Sarah, you? Where do you think it will be?
I'm always a troll, so I always pick the 22, the tile room.
You know what? The state's getting pretty fast. I'm going to say it's just as fast. I'm going to say it's Hope Room, chest number 2. I know some other people have already guessed ahead of me, but I'm going to see if I can't then channel some Accommodator's Blessing here and give this a nice jet at Ganon's tower. You have about another 30 seconds, folks. We're going to close it once we see Alex enter Ganon's tower here. This is definitely a feel-good scene. I'll say that much.
Yep, very front-loaded. I'll have all the armaments that they need. They're not going to check that many more chests besides what's in Ganon's tower.
Mitts
So,
for
yeah.
go mode, which always feels good. Yeah, I can imagine there not being that many complaints about the seat, other than how truly the gloves location was. And even then, it wasn't that bad. And it could have been a little bit worse, considering it could have been bombos required for Meyer. And Turtle Rock was open completely as after getting the Titan's Mitts.
Okay, we're starting with full left. First check, 10 bombs.
And we count the torch as an item, even though we don't get it. Alex going for, at least to start with, is a strat commonly known as Dark Magician. We'll see if they go over this. I've heard there's a new routing, actually. 2 is a small key, 3, 4, 5, nothing too major. And yes, it does indeed look like it is going to be the Dark Magician route. Coined by an old runner of the same name. You start with Salva's room, then you go full right.
And as I've heard it, I'm not sure if this is like fully confirmed that he hated the Staffels room. That's why he would just do left side then right side. Anywho, that's 7 checks down and nothing so far besides small keys.
Now, of course, the full Dark Magician route goes all the way to Ice Armos, leaving what we call the random room for last. But there is a variation of the Dark Magician which just checks these 4 chests and then goes back to left side.
Which I've heard it's called the Pink Magician strat because of Pink Kitty Rose, one of our other runners, not in the league, but one of our own famous runners here. And it looks like we're right. It's back and forth, and that's 11 checks down and nothing so far.
Yep, so trust number 12 will be the map chest, or double fire bar, whichever you prefer. That is crystal number 6 for Mystik in the meantime. And if Mystik goes full left, unless it is on the Ice Armos, we'll save time.
Or he could just, they could just gamble. Oh, nice gold sword, by the way. Gamble Tower Room.
They could. They could indeed do that. Nice use of the boomerang there.
Alex, go back, please. No.
Mystik buying a bond capacity upgrade. That's something you don't see that often in the randomizer. Alright, Alex got bailed out there. But he still might be a key short for the climb up.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually worried about.
So, for those of you who are not familiar with the randomizer, in that double crystal switch room in the southern pot is a small key. Alex has skipped that small key and okay, well, he's fine. Big key, by the way, was right there. It was second chest, so it was 15.
And congratulations to Corvus Mysticus for winning our big key guessing game for the seed. We also had correct guess from Eofad. Hope I said that right.
Probably. Alex making us worry here in the commentary booth, by the way. That's the second time he's done that. First was for getting the big chest, then it was for getting that small key.
Yeah, he's very lucky he got bailed out there because, oh boy, that doing a second climb is not fun.
And that could give Mystik enough time to make this a very close race. So, for those who are, again, not familiar with the randomizer, he has one small key, as you can see from Alex. If Alex does not have that small key and missed the small key that was in the double crystal switch room, well, there's only one small key guaranteed at the top 4, and that's on the mini Helmosaurs. But there are 2 locked doors up there. So he had to come all the way back down here for a small key he missed. And they'll go all the way back up. Also, nice stair glitch there from Mystik. Using the Ice Fizz to clip inside and going down the stairs without being too much strife. Oh boy. Alex might, yeah, opting to power the anti-fear here. Wasting some time in this room does preload the Lamolas, though, so as you can see, they spawn nearly the exact same time.
Still gets 2 of them down, which is not that bad.
Yeah. Didn't have preparation to time the second one, or the first one, rather. But that is the hardest part of the Ganon Tower done, pretty much.
Yeah, he did fairly decent, pretty well with the gauntlet. There wasn't too many trolls. Though his health situation kind of scared me.
Uh-oh! Speaking of health situation, Mystik had 1 heart, drinks a potion in emergency. Well done.
And that's Mystic 7 Crystal, and he's announced his time to go up Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, and as we know, going full left will save Mystik time. The question is, will Mystik choose to do so?
Alex wisely waiting until that door closed. He doesn't want to have the sprite glitch.
So a win here for Alex will bring both of these teams 2-2 in the league with 4 more weeks, or at least 4 more weeks. I think it's 5, actually? I don't remember. But into week 2, it'll be an even 2-2 split, 6 points apiece.
I swore there were 7 weeks, but maybe I'm misremembering things.
I think it was 7 weeks as well. I don't have the rules right in front of me. Anyway, there's Lambo 2 defeated. And starts the second row of hearts to round out the seed. I am okay with that, honestly.
Yeah, considering, like I mentioned many times, his health situation, being low health for bosses, that's a good find.
Alright, time for the angles to be played as we play Geometry Wars with Aga. 2 hits there. It'll take a total of 6 to defeat Aghanim. Clones shoot a guaranteed orange shot. Aghanim can shoot an orange shot or a blue shot.
So that's 2-1.
2-1-1. And kind of an awkward angle, may not get a triple here. There's the bug net in the inside Super Bunny. I don't know why Mystik is checking checks on the way to Gan's Tower, though.
Yeah, it's kind of, I guess, maybe want Gold Sword, but that's kind of not necessary.
And considering we know where Tempered Sword, Gold Sword is, that... Well, it's a moot point because we know where it is, but... I can understand it, yeah. Anyway, it's time for Alex to fight the pig. With that Gold Sword in hand, it'll only be 6 slashes or spins a phase, doesn't matter which. And there are 4 phases of the Ganon fight. First one here is the Trident Throw. Already taken care of pretty quickly. Second one is the most difficult one when you're in Master Sword. Or the second most difficult one is this Fire Shield. You would need... It's just another 6 slashes though, no big deal. Has to be careful though, almost dead. Has the blue potion there. Third phase, shoots the spiraling fireball if you don't hit him fast enough after a teleport. 4 hits in this phase will begin the final phase, the darkness technique. Keep the torches lit, so you can hit Ganon. A sword slash will stun Ganon. And then you shoot 4 silver arrows to win the day, while Ganon is stunned. If you do not have the silver arrows, there is a small window in which Ganon raises his hands, during which he is actually vulnerable to a sword slash or sword spin, which lasts longer. With Gold Sword, it would be 3 spin attacks per missed silver arrow, but we don't need it here. The fight's already over. Alexhax has won the race, defeated Ganon. Get your GG in the chat for him. And that is Alexhax finishing in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 33 minutes, 18 seconds. Pretty good seed. Pretty good seed.
Very generous front-loaded seed.
And as we see here from Mystik, that is they are going being full left. Did not miss that key there, though, which gave us such a huge scare from Alex. And speaking of which, Alexhax, you have now joined us in the booth. Congratulations, GG, in your race.
GG.
Kind of gave us a little bit of a scare there in more ways than one.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Well, first off, you forgot the big key in Swamp was immediate, which you did check eventually.
Yeah, I did. After finishing left side, I was like, wait, I did not find the big key on left side, so I must have already found it. I looked in my menu and saw that I actually already found it and was like, dang it.
And the second big key, as I just explained, or the second thing that gave us a scare, as I just explained, you forgot to pick up the small key in the pot on left side. Just before the teleporter to the fire stick room.
Oh, actually, yeah, I don't know. I did not pay any attention. I was like, oh, yeah, no, I remember. I was like, I don't know. I actually tried to focus, but it was not really focused in my game. You actually noticed this, I'm pretty sure. I died 2 times. Pretty unnecessary. My execution was overall really not good. So, yeah, I'm kind of happy I was the lucky one of us two today, going to Spy Cave first, I guess. Not quite sure, but yeah, that's what I think happened, because otherwise I cannot imagine how this seed could have ended in my favor.
I think it was the last occasion for both of you, actually. Mystik just got there a little slower.
No, I did not do Skullwoods. I actually skipped Skullwoods because I died twice and was like, okay, if I, yeah, if it's in Skullwoods or something, I might as well lose. So
Yeah,
I actually took a bit of a gamble there.
Mystik did in fact use Skull Woods. But it turns out that Skull Woods is not required, neither was Turtle Rock.
Yep.
That had to feel good.
Yep, that's actually, it was a really generous seed, as you said, as you just said, and it could have been done much quicker, I think. But yeah, as I said, I'm not too unhappy finishing first. So all in all, it's alright, I guess.
Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think Eastern was required either.
No, it was not. There was either ether in it, and that's it, I think.
And we don't even know the medallion required for Turtle Rock, which is moot point at this point.
Yep, so actually this could have been finished penantless. But given the early bow, Eastern was quite tempting, I guess.
I mean, it was 4 items.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So the only thing I'm kind of wondering about is that the Moldorm 1 death, where you fell and hit the beetle. What were you thinking for that happened?
I actually started the fight, or before I actually started the fight, when I went on Moldom's floor, I was like, please don't die, this would be so embarrassing, and I did it. I managed. Congrats to me. I don't actually know, I jumped down in Moldom's pit, and yeah, that's when the misery began, I guess.
I'll say this much: I missed it on the initial pass, but that is an exceedingly rare occurrence to not only fall to mortar but to die in the hard hat beetle on the way after you land.
Yep. Well, I could not actually dodge him after I fell down, but simply falling was actually pretty stupid.
Your opponent Mystik here was there. So next week, your team Major Mistakes, your team here, is going to go into Randomizer. How are you guys feeling about that?
I for myself actually feel pretty comfortable with playing Randomizer. I do like Randomizer a lot, so I hope it's going to be a good week for us. Well, sure, it's Randomizer, so you can never know what's going to await you, but yeah. Actually really looking forward to it.
Hopefully not too many dark room, roller rooms, and stuff like that, but we know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, this puts your team and your opponent's 3 leftovers 2-2 in the league. And it looks like this will put you in a 3-way tie with them, actually, for second place in the league currently. At least as far as our standings are at this point in time. There are still, of course, a couple more matches left to go in the Dark World Conference Skullwoods division that you guys are a part of.
Yep.
So who are the chosen teammates to run the Randomizer Gauntlet?
It's Tato and me. So yeah, Tato is going to play match 1 and I'm going to play match 2. With Tato being the best runner of our team, we actually do have, or I think we actually do have a good chance of competing with our next opponents. But let's see.
Well, right now, your opponent Mystik is now in the Ganon fight. Just started it off. And also, there's something else to mention this week. The light roll was really loaded with items, not just the boots as you knew, of course, from the beginning, but you had pretty much all but, I think, 2 major items that you needed in the light world.
Yep. Actually, having Mids as go mode is like the best thing you could wish for, because it blocks so many things away. You can actually not go to Treasure Rock, Dark Death Mountain, Ice Palace, all those dungeons or Misery Mire, all those dungeons you love to avoid.
Now, it could have been a different story if Bombos was required for Misery Mire, because then
yeah, sure.
That's a whole other can of worms that you have to follow.
Yep, was quite a relief it was not, to be honest.
Okay, that was weird. I'm not sure if he got that first hit in.
I'm not sure either. That might have canceled the hit. There's 2-3. If it doesn't count. It looks like it counted. Anyway, folks, get your in chat for Mystik. Finishing strong here to wrap up week 2 for them in the league. And that is second place from the official SRL time of 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 32 seconds. And actually a PB for them as well. And we are now joined by Mystik. Congratulations, and a good, strong showing here to round out the end of your week for the team.
I don't know about strong. The last 20 minutes or so, I'd like to pretend didn't happen.
I mean, it was going minutes, which is good.
Yeah, unless it's the very last thing you find.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that was 5 silvers on Ganon. I don't think the first one counted.
I'm not entirely sure either. If it didn't count, then the only thing I can think is you cancel the damage by lighting the torch at the exact right time that it stunned him instead of it. I think he might have actually done that, which is strange.
I've had it happen before, but it wasn't in the same situations. I have no idea. But GG's, Alex.
GG's.
So we did mention to Alex that he actually gave us quite the skip errors a couple times here. First off, he did not do Skullwoods, which gave him a little bit of an edge. But he also did not check the big chest in Swamp until the very last location. And he also forgot the small key in Ganon's Tower. There's a crystal switch room before the fire snakes, which also scared us, but thankfully he got very lucky with the key placement.
Yeah, GT keys were generous. I'd like to just declare that Lambo 2 is officially my worst boss ever in the history of the game. Lambo 2 and Lambo 1, apparently.
Well, thankfully, you may not have to fight the Lammolas at all. Well, they won't be on your way up Ganon's Tower next week.
Oh, they'll be there, don't worry.
Well, they'll be around somewhere. But there may only be one set of Lammolas. And you may have 2 Trinexes.
Yeah, I've hit this freely where I just can't kill that boss quickly for some reason. It's frustrating.
So currently your team will finish 2nd place in the league. We still have a few more teams left to go, of course, which could push you into 3rd place as a result. But do you happen to know who's running on your team here in the Skullwoods Conference?
It's my favorite mode next week, so I'm definitely running, and then I believe it's Top Life. So, yeah, it's myself and Top. So we'll be facing off against the Noble Foxes.
And Team Major Mistakes, do you have another team that you're up against?
I do. It's the other German team, one of the other German teams in our league, in our division. Can I remember the name though?
I can check a look here.
Is it Do UPS or whatever? I don't know.
I can take a look here. Just give me a moment. And
yeah, it's Ups, da war's ja doch nicht.
oh, okay, the phrase I was gonna have a fun time trying to say.
Yeah. Feel free to say it.
I don't think I can pronounce it even if I tried. I don't speak German very well, I'll be honest. And I would like to not offend them by butchering the pronunciation.
No worries.
Did y'all see my shield get eaten?
I did. Also, I will say this much: that cuckoo sprite, I've never seen it before. That gave me a huge laugh.
Yeah, notice the execution went down when the shield disappeared because I couldn't tell which way I was going.
I didn't notice that actually.
It's the only sprite I like getting a shield on because he only goes left or right. There's no difference in which way he's facing.
I also noticed he broke the shovel.
Yeah.
Also, you actually missed the mirror shield by a chest after the big key.
Oh, was
and it? Yeah, it was the top left corner of Randall room, and we were hoping to see it because it's just too funny with the shield on.
Yeah, just waddling back and forth behind the shield.
The mirror shield is twice as because it's like a half-size sprite. The mirror shield just towers over the cuckoo, and it's hilarious. But I'm definitely probably gonna be running my other sprite next week because some major execution boss fights sometimes in Randomizer.
Yes, and to give you viewers at home an idea of what we're to expect next week here in terms of the randomizer, it will be, of course, Randomizer here. It will be full boss shuffle, and it'll be enemy shuffle, and it'll still be open 7-7 to begin it. So, and full boss shuffle means that of the 10 bosses, each one will be there available, but there will be 2 of a specific boss. It can be Trinex, it can be the Ice Arm, it can be the Armos Knights, but there will not be 3 Trinex at any point. There will not be 3 Lambolas at any point. There will always be 1 boss guaranteed, and each of the 3 bosses, of all the 10 bosses, will have a duplicate.
Yeah, it's the more race-friendly version of Randomizer. I still prefer Chaos myself.
Yeah, that makes sense. Coming up the schedule, though, folks, as we move on to the day here, we have a match going on, started about an hour ago, over on Speed Gaming 4. It is Team Feline Paralysis versus Team Awesome, JG Blue versus Raymond. That'll be a good one to watch. And then afterwards, join us back here on Speed Gaming Inc. 5 for Hilarity versus Quern, Team Yoshi's on Ski versus Team Old Swaggy Jackson of old team. I believe that was actually one of the finalist teams. And at 7:40 as well, there is Land of the Blind versus the Sexy Gannons, Yodonachi versus Yagama. And of course, make sure to, more importantly, to follow our runners here. They put on an excellent race for tonight. Also, make sure to follow Speed Gaming's 2 through 6 so you don't miss any racing action, not just the Link to Pass Randomizer League. And speaking of the Link to Pass Randomizer League, we have our own series of Twitch channels, a Link to Pass Randomizer League and a Link to Pass Randomizer League 2 through 4. And it is the ALTTPR League. And as a matter of fact, we have 2 matches featuring on the schedule featuring them. At 9:10, we will have the Strongest Mole, or team 3rd Strongest Mole versus Team 2 Pro 2 Furious, Westside Vandal, and OSC 28 on the Link to Pass Randomizer League 2. On the main Link to Pass Randomizer, on the main channel, the ALTTPR League, we'll have Team Challenge versus Team Air 216, Fajita Knight versus Blaine. But that's going to about do us for us here. Make sure, of course, to also follow my co-commentator, Sari. Excellent co-com. Good working with you today. And, of course, our tracker, Dark Diplomat, as well. I believe that covers everything. So, from all of us here at A Link to the Past Randomizer League, I have been Wolfling0270, and we will see you all next time. And thank you for watching. Have a good day, everyone.
See you later, all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.